y'all? It's Lee.
I'm Jordan.
And this is the Mind Your Business podcast. Join us weekly to learn how to mind your business.
Or at the very least, be able to tell people how to mind theirs, honey.
Drop the beat.
Boom.
Mind it, hope. All right.
Boom.
Hey, y'all.
We was just talking about our boudoir photos
that we're taking together
for the podcast. For marketing purposes.
They're going to be like, so these therapists just took some boudoir photos together?
No, they're going to be like, oh, these therapists are loving their bodies on Pride Month, giving into their sensual selves.
I want to wear fishnets.
Oh, okay. I'll give me some too.
Look at me finna take it too far, and I want to wear horns, but
oh. Okay.
They gonna be like, they worshiping the wrong thing.
Illuminati.
If I was in the Illuminati, I wouldn't be doing this.
Good point, friend. Good point.
I'd be somewhere in Maldives. Okay.
Well,
but yeah.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Welcome
for another episode
of the Mind Your Business podcast, where we
teach you how to mind your business.
And help other people mind theirs, or you mind yours. I don't know. Y'all got to listen to the intro. It's in the intro.
It's in the intro.
It repeats every time.
I just woke up.
Intro. And it's a cloudy Monday for me.
Yeah.
And you know, that vitamin D does me some wonders.
Does it?
Yes, it does. Not that I go outside in it, but I see it and I think about it. And then I'm like, oh my God, I just feel so much better because it's bright outside. But then on cloudy days, I don't. I just be like, it's giving sweatpants and socks and a blanket.
Oh, friend. And I'm the exact opposite. I'm running out to the car, putting my wig on. And I was like, ooh, it's cloudy. This is my type of day.
It's a cloudy day.
You know, I don't like no sun. You give me partial sun. Partial sun, but I don't want it just beaming on my forehead. I can't deal with that.
Be running down, nothing else to catch it.
That's what it is. I don't like to be hot. On top of me and the sun just don't get along. I don't like to be hot.
Oh, yeah. But I'm here.
How was your week?
Ooh, my week. Let's see.
Or 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks. So I think I went to go see The Little Mermaid. And so it was beautiful. I enjoyed it. The only thing that I am going to say is the added parts, because you didn't see the original.
No, I did not.
I'm original kid. The added parts I probably could have done without. I got a little sleepy in the added parts, but it was a phenomenal movie. It's a little long. What were your thoughts? Because I know y'all went to go see it.
Yes. So me and Boo went to go see it. It was a little long. I don't have anything to compare it to. So I'm like, what added parts?
So where the prince starts singing.
Oh, that wasn't in the movie?
No, that was all him. He wanted a solo, and he took it.
Oh.
So that kind of stuff right there, that middle stuff, they kind of added in.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, see, I hadn't seen the original. So I was just kind of like, oh, this is cool. I really enjoyed it. I was surprised.
I figured it. I mean, because it's a good movie.
It's a very
And so
good
I
movie.
figured people would enjoy it. It's just, I was wondering how, first mermaid is an African American woman. And how people feel about that, how they are either going to go out and support or not. And it looks like, for the most part, either we showed up in big numbers for our people, or as a whole, everyone has shifted and changed. Now, my mom did talk to me about like some people who are not going or whatever the case may be, but for the most part, I think we showed out. It did some amazing numbers. It was beautiful. I took.
It was very pretty. It was a very pretty movie.
I took one of my baby family members, and she was just in awe. And she was just like,
Aw.
pretty, pretty, beautiful. I was like, yes, honey, yes. Take it all. Give
Take
it
it
all.
all in.
Uh-huh. And so I really enjoyed her seeing that. We got her the T-shirt. We took pictures in front of the big cardboard thingy. And so that was beautiful to see. She's like, oh, well, the mermaid looks like me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I could be a mermaid. Yeah. Yeah, baby, you can.
Be whatever you want to be. Tropical fish.
May not pay the bill. We'll talk about the rest.
We're going to talk about it, okay? Because I needed to pay some bills. I needed to bring in some money.
But, we'll go from there.
Yeah, I mean, I was telling my coworker, I was like, it very much so reminds me of the Cinderella with Brandy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, very colorful. There's some of everybody in the movie, but
Mm-hmm.
also still being very culturally correct for where the island would have been and what people would have looked like, but still showing that the diversity that actually exists in these places
Right.
versus what we put as the poster card people. Like, this is what people in this place look like. No, that's not always the case. I thought it was really, really pretty. When we went, there were no children. I was really surprised.
Kind of same for me, actually. There weren't many, but we went. I made sure we got an early ticket. We was there at 9
a.m.
a.m.
Oh well, yeah.
Because I was.
I bet they wasn't there for
It's always some stuff going. So let me get there early.
And so we went Friday at 9 p.m. And there was no children. I didn't see any.
Makes sense because they should be in bed.
Most of the people in the movie were not black. You know, in the actual audience, were not African American, and I was like, oh, okay, which made me happy because I mean, it's a movie about a sea creature, like who I think was originally green in the original writing. Okay,
which mermaids got a dark history, but we'll talk about that.
They definitely do. And so I was just really pleased with it. I was happy. I left feeling like, oh my God, that was so good, and it did not feel childlike. Like it's child appropriate, but not childlike. So I was happy. I was happy.
So
and she sang them songs.
She did, because I hit a few notes in there too.
Part.
But yeah, and so we went to see the movie. That was a thing. We went swimming over the past week, which I forgot how sick I get when I swim.
Oh no.
Like I think it may be like an allergy to like chlorine.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so like so stuffy, so congested. So that was a thing. But we enjoyed swimming. And for the most part, I've just kind of spent my week minding my business, attuning to whatever I'm trying to get to, really just working and trying to make sure that I serve my clients the best. I think it kind of got a little difficult this week due to YouTube comments. And so I had not.
Somebody left some comments.
I had not looked because I had already decided that I am not the person to look at the YouTube comments. But I did go and look again. And so there were a few comments about kind of like body size stuff. There was a comment about
who body size? Mine.
Yeah.
They call me fat.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah. And I knew that would be your response.
Friend, why you ain't tell me? Look at me like.
Well, because some of them were on the previous clips. And so they were kind of, we just don't look at them. And then one of them was like, what happened to old dude's lips? And I was just like, oh my God. I'm so sad.
Oh my goodness.
And so I had to sort through that. And so it kind of goes along with what we're talking about, which is body positivity. But we'll get to it. Yeah.
I'm weak. Pause. Did you go to the people page?
Well, no. Because, I'm trying not to invest.
Say,
but
I bet you there are people we know.
Well, this one was a blank thing with barely a name on there.
Yeah, that's what I would do if I was creating a fake page and I didn't want nobody to know it was me.
So I was just like, okay. Well,
just enough to register.
Yeah. I was just like, okay, well. Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at me all. Like, let me go see what they said. But, that goes I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you waited to tell me that until now. 'Cause, I'm going to read no damn comments. I don't care what you got to say.
Yeah, no.
I mean, those that are supportive, I love you. Those that are not, I mean, I don't really care if you take your next breath. Not because I'm angry, but because I just
Don't know.
I don't know you.
Yeah.
So, y'all gonna see me in the comments, though, because, baby, I'm finna give me a good little joke in. Because I'm finna find them on Facebook, post pictures of their granny and be like, this you?
Oh, no. I just want, and of course it's naive to want it, of course, but I just want everybody to just be positive and happy. And if you don't have anything positive to say, I don't understand why the devil has to live in the comment section. I don't understand why we have to debate this and talk about this and have a forum underneath a comment it don't even have nothing to do with the video. I'd be like, this was a cleaning video. Y'all debating politics on a cleaning video.
But the internet, as wonderful as it is, it has given people a place to be what they can't be in real life. Whether because somebody gonna pop you in your shit, because you're scary, whatever it may be, it gives them a place to be what they actually are, which is ugly. And I don't mean physically, but I mean like deep down in your spirit, who you actually are shows in the comments. And that's just what it is. They don't know us. There's no repercussion. They don't have to worry about coming to work and seeing us, being a neighbor or whatever. So they just say whatever. Would they say that in real life? No.
Yeah.
Because you're still standing. If you just walked in the grocery store and went up to every person that was fat and was like, you're fat and I don't like you, I mean, that's not gonna do you well.
No, not at all.
But they can do that on the internet. And so I was actually thinking about that this morning because I knew that we were going to talk about body positivity and all the things. So we might as well dive on into it.
Well, first, what about your week?
I went to see Janet Jackson and it was wonderful. Okay. No. We went to see Janet Jackson sometime over this past weekend or maybe Friday. It was Friday. It's my wife's birthday month, so every weekend I'm trying to stack her something fun to do. So I got the tickets. Oh my God, phenomenal. It was so many people. So many people. And I've been to that particular venue several times. And it gets packed, but I had never seen it packed like that. Never seen it packed like that. So I was like, oh wow. Like there had to have been like 5,000 people on the grass. Just on the grass.
Not even in the seating.
Not even in the seating. Because we were in the grass. Like, no lie. Like, probably 3,000 to 5,000 people. But, yeah. Good show. Simple set. Just her and her dancers. Sis was moving. Sis was singing. She was singing live. Didn't miss a beat. It was good. It was good. Like, I knew that I would enjoy it, but I did not know that I was going to get the feelings that I got from it.
We haven't seen her in a while on a stage. But I hear she's doing a thing. Very polished. But she's always been
very polished. Looks very good. Lots of sex appeal while still, like, completely covered. She just has that it factor. Very nostalgic. Because you hear the songs and you be like, oh, I remember when that came out. I was like 8 years old. And da-da-da-da-da-da. And all these things start to like form around like what was going on when these songs came out. So yeah. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. And so Joy's review?
In love. She was just over there. My baby had her selfie stick.
Oh.
My baby had that selfie stick. Because they have the big screens everywhere too. She was just so happy. She sat down a few times, but most of the time she was standing. And let me tell you also, Ludacris was I don't want to say opener, but opener. I forgot just how many hits Ludacris had.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've never, like, downplayed him or anything, but when he got I was like, my God. Well into my college years. And so, to be able to see him, he still looks good. He wasn't up there out of breath. He's kind of kept in shape, all these things. So, I was like, wow. You go, Ludacris. He came out there with the big arms on.
Oh,
And
okay.
some big forces for stand up. You know,
Mm.
like it was a good show. It was a good show. So
Good.
I had spent my whole week really kind of like gearing up for that.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't tell you what else happened. But
Okay.
it was good, obviously. It wasn't no bad week.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So, body positivity. Tell me about it.
I mean,
What has been your journey with body positivity, or was it even a journey? Because when I see you, you just come across as I am the confident, authoritative figure in my life. I could give two. Can I say it? 2 fucks?
Yeah,
Oh,
you can say
oh
it.
my God. I give 2 fucks about what you got to say or whatever the case may be. This is me. This is what I like. Even when I picture you out playing outside in the front yard making mud pies and playing with the the rocks and stuff, I still see you as that confident. Oh, this is what I want to do, so I'm doing it. Person,
Mm-hmm.
is that true? Have you had a journey with body positivity ish?
I mean, yeah.
Mhm.
I guess because it's my body and I've had the journey in it.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's kind of like double-sided. Part of me is my personality is very much so I'm going to do whatever I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I've been like that since I was a child. Like, I've always had my own little drum and I walk to the beat of my own drum. I've always been a no or yes person, like very definitive. Like, this is how I feel. No, I'm not doing that. And so another thing I've always been is heavy. I was born heavy. I was born 11 pounds to a physically fit mother who was in the military doing PT. I have military parents. So my mama just had a big old baby, and I've always just been heavy. I think that naturally I'm a heavier person. I don't think I should be this heavy, but I think that naturally I'm a heavier person. But I think that my journey has been just kind of accepting what my norm is going to be. You're told what you should wear, what you shouldn't wear, what you should look like, where you should stand, how you should turn in pictures. Don't stand next to your super skinny friend. Like all of these things, make sure you're wearing Spanx. Make sure you're doing this. Make sure you have your bra like this. And I got to a point where I was just like, no, I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to develop my own sense of standards for me. And whatever I think looks good is going to be what I think looks good. Everybody else don't have to think it. It's what I want to do. And so I think that for me, my journey has just been finding myself. I've honestly never been bullied about my weight. Excuse me. I've never been bullied about my weight. And I think that's because people know it don't get to me. People are going to do what gets to you. Remember that. People do what gets to you. So you calling me fat, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I mean. And so now the thrill of it's gone because you didn't hurt my feelings. And so I've just never, that's just never been a thing I was bullied about, not to discount people that are, because it's definitely a thing. Because I've watched people, when we would be roasting people in class, they would say stuff about me, never get on my weight, and then we get on the next girl's weight. So I definitely see it. But I think that people just know I don't care. So everything I've ever had to do has been inward.
Yeah.
I've never had to really go through the bullying and, feeling like people don't want to date me or feeling like I'm not good enough. I just never had that experience because I always knew that I was that bitch. You don't have to think it, I think it. And that's enough for me. So, what about you, friend?
Oh, me and body positivity. So, I've always been really small. I'm naturally a really small person, probably smaller than this. I actually work out to stay about this size or a little bit bigger. And so body positivity and the journey has been a very long battle for me. I can remember when Lion King came out and being in elementary school at what was it, Lucas Elementary, and someone saying, "Oh, you look like Timon. You're so little."
Not Timon.
And I was just like, "Oh my God,
The
am
fuck?
I that little? Timon?" And so it's stuff like that that I was like, "Okay, so I gotta be bigger." I've had somebody say, "Oh my God, you're so little, you must be sick."
Oh, wow.
And this was a person who was in the LGBTQIA plus community. They were dating a friend of mine. And I was just like, oh my God, like those things stuck with me.
Mhm.
And, I've always had my stuff with my dad. Like I look like my dad. I get my looks from my dad. People say I'm a twin of my dad. But
Mhm.
I've always had issues with my dad. Never really was around. I didn't really think he was attractive. My dad had his own personal things that he dealt with, and so I always was like, "No, don't tell me that because I don't wanna look like that. Tell me my mom. Don't tell me my dad."
Mhm.
That type
Mhm.
of thing. And so it has been a very long journey. I finally started working out sometime in college, and that was kinda what started to fix things for me. I never
Mhm.
had issues with dating or being with anyone. It was always an insecurity that I had to check. And,
Right.
the friends in my life that, source, God, light, rock, whatever you wanna call it, have brought into they've always been the people who were just like, "I don't understand why you see yourself like that. You're beautiful, you're amazing, you're kind, you're fine," but whatever the case may be. They've always been kinda those friends to remind me of that,
Mhm.
um, and so it's been a thing for me. Now, I think I'm finally comfortable, so I'm not trying to be the buffest guy in the room or be extra
Yeah.
thick, because that was a thing for me. I
Mhm.
wanna be thick. I wanna be
Mhm.
thick. But now I'm just kinda like, "Well, Lord, whatever body you give me is fine, because I barely can get up and down the stairs on some days. Them stairs be a lot, I be out of breath.
Mhm.
And so it's kinda like well, this is my natural size, this is fine. I still have people who, be like, "Well, do you like yourself at this size?" Or, "I like you at this size," or "I like you at the other size." And I'm just kinda like, well, I've learned now at the ripe and tender age of 36 that I just can't focus on what you're telling me and
Yeah.
what size you like me at, or my lips, or what size lips you think I should have, or I I I just can't devote any more energy or time to that because y'all gonna have me chasing so many different carrots, trying to be the hot boy in these streets, and that's no longer a flex. I
You
seen that.
know?
I seen a I seen a tweet and I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna use that." Because I was one of the and sometimes still is one of the main we outside this summer, but the summer puts pressure on you to look a certain way that
Yeah.
the other seasons you just don't get.
Well, I guess because it's hot.
'Cause it's
It's it's hot, and so the thought is I'm gonna wear less clothing, more revealing clothing because especially down here, it's hot.
Mhm.
So limited top, limited bottoms, and so that shows more body. And
Mm.
so it's like, well, in the wintertime, I'm wearing long sleeves and da 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 da. I'm wearing jackets so people
Yeah,
don't see my arms.
layers and stuff,
They
right.
don't they
True.
don't know that I have a gut. But now the materials are thinner, the things are shorter, things are more I don't want to say skimpy, but for lack of better words, things have cutouts and now people are going to see those things. So now I have to, I have to get my summer body together. And it's just like, I
Mm.
mean, by all means, I'm never going to tell anybody don't do something healthy.
Right.
But I mean, if you're only doing it for the summer, and so you're gonna do this crash diet, you're working yourself out every single day till exhaustion. And then when the fall winter comes, you're gonna gain it all back and then we're gonna start this process again. I mean, if that's what you want to do, by all means. But it just doesn't seem like the healthiest course.
Right. And especially when you realize, oh, the reason why I'm doing these things are not all things that I think. They're things that other people have placed in my thought concepts and my core beliefs that now I have to be a certain weight, size, shape, wear these certain things. Oh, I got to have a six pack and whatever else going on when that's not really reality.
Mhm.
I'm starting to tell people when you go on vacation and you look around, how many people are you seeing with these six packs?
Let me
And
know.
like, because when I'm like finally able to go on some vacations, I'm like, oh, y'all look normal, like
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I,
We got the same body. That's crazy.
oh,
Yeah. I think as society, there's always these like, this is the standard. And
mhm,
most people don't meet the standard. And that's one thing I would say. People who do meet the standard are not in the comments telling people that they're fat. They're not making everybody else feel bad because they're probably, I'm not going to say that because you're the standard that you're happy with yourself. But if I've worked out and I really like my body, I'm focused on working out my body. I don't got time to be looking at yours
mhm.
and talking about yours. Because I got to work on mine because that's something that I have to put time, effort, money, whatever into. So that's why I say, like, when people are in the comments saying, oh, well, you know, Lee is fat. So is your mama. So are you. So is your wife. What, I mean,
The
what are we
rest
doing?
of
Lift
America.
your shirt up and let's start there. Lift your shirt up and let's start there. Oh, we got the same body. And I think it's a projection of hate.
Mm.
And internalized feelings. Because like I said, if you sat there and you listened to a whole mental health podcast clip for a minute and the only thing you took from it was that I was fat, this ain't for you.
Yeah.
And so
Good point.
that's kind of how I put things. Like, if this is all you get from me, I don't really think that we're the same caliber person because obviously I'm functioning at a level that's higher because all you took was my weight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to tell you.
Oh.
But, you know, this has been in the news a lot this week.
I heard something of someone had unfortunately passed away.
Yeah, Miss Jackie. Oh, yeah. So from what I know of Jackie O, she was on Wild 'N Out. I think she was a Wild 'N Out girl.
Okay.
And she was also DC Young Fly's partner and mother of his children.
Mm.
And so I guess she went in for a mommy makeover. And they said that I don't think she died on the table. I'm not sure. But that she died after from heart failure. I think she had just had a baby within the last year. And so, you know, first off, condolences because that I just can't imagine.
Right.
I can't imagine. You know, you thinking something. I mean, we hear about this all the time of people dying on the table, but it's like, you know, you do your research and you're going to the good doctor and blah, 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 blah. And I think
try and navigate
the dangers.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that there's just the thought process of my body might just give out. Mm. You know, everything can be right. And, you know, when you start talking about anesthesia and stuff, I don't think people realize how serious anesthesia is. Not that it's the same, but I remember taking Carmine to the vet and he needed his teeth cleaned or something like that. And they were going to have to use anesthesia. And it was a whole process because of his age, because of the fact that he's a diabetic, the fact that because of the diabetes, he's slightly overweight. It was like a whole thing. And they were like, you know, just so you know, you're bringing him in to get his teeth cleaned. You may not, one, get the same dog back when he comes out of anesthesia, or two, you may not get your dog back.
That is crazy to me.
Yeah, because I mean, you're putting something in the body that's depressing the whole system. Mm. And then you're having to restart it up. And I mean, I remember my mom was doing a surgery and they came out and told me she don't want to come up from the anesthesia. What you mean? Yeah. Because I'm finna go out there and start hollering. What do you mean she don't want to come? And she did, but it took a minute for her body to like jumpstart itself. And then when she got up, she was erratic because your body then jump-started everything, and now your nervous system is all out of whack. So sis trying to get up and run off the table, literally. So there's a lot of things that go into when you are putting the body under anesthesia. So that, first of all, is no joke. And not to mention anything that may be underlying that you don't know, that may be small, but once you start doing the anesthesia and stuff like that, kind of blows up. So I just can't imagine. And, you know, then here comes everybody with their opinion. And it's funny how when, you know, people get on the table and they lose their lives, then here comes all the, y'all just need to love your body the way it is. Y'all just need to do this. Y'all need to leave it alone. And it's like, but had she got on camera and had like a little pudge, a little fupa, y'all would have had everything that you got money. I don't understand why you even got that. There ain't no reason you should be having that. You got the money and the resources and it's just like, and they don't be talking about working out and eating right. That'd be my thing. That ain't what you're talking about. So it's literally double-sided sword. Like you can't win. So you have to determine how you're going to navigate that. Because people have you stir crazy. It's sad though.
I can't imagine. Because we come across a story like this every few years or so where someone has lost someone really important, really integral, which I guess we all are in our circles, in our solar systems, where somebody has passed away due to surgery. And it's really confusing for me because I hear everyone was like, just love your body. But if it was that easy, she would have did it. I would have just done it. My best friend would just do people would just do it. If it was that easy. If it was that easy, people would do it. We don't have the tools to love our body. Nobody has sat down and said, this is how you develop a positive self-esteem, a positive self-concept about you. Never heard that. I talk to people about that now every day. Prior to this was not a discussion. And so, one, I don't have the tools. Two, everything that I see. Remember last time we talked about taking in what you see, what you hear, what you think. It all plays a part in it. If I'm seeing 95% of my Instagram that says 6-packs, thick hips, little waist, big booty cutie, say it in the water, and all this stuff. If 95% of my Instagram is that, and then I go into the comments, which I don't, but a lot of people do, and read, oh, well, she was wrong for wearing this, or she should have did this, or blah. Then what option are you leaving me?
Right.
But either to conform or fight back like Lizzo.
And that's the thing people don't think about. It's one thing for us to do it in our lives. And, everybody on my friends list is my friends list. So when I post a picture, ain't nobody coming on there calling me fat.
Yeah, I know what I look like.
They would get ate up in the comments because this is my circle. But when we're talking about you posting a picture and the whole world has access to you, that's why I be to turn the comments off. You either gonna like it or you not. That's it.
That is an option now.
It is an option because those comments give people the platform to say whatever it is that they want to say. And I do imagine that at some point it's hurtful when you're seeing 700 comments saying that you're fat.
Yeah.
Not the random 1, 2, not, 700, like back to back to back to back to back. And they always, always, always go for Lizzo. And I just, I'd be like, people have life and bullshit mixed together because if you've ever seen Lizzo perform, she be moving.
Dude. And they still don't give her credit.
And that's a lot to be moving, playing flutes, dancing, staying on cue. Singing live and moving don't go together for a lot of people. Yeah. So that's a lot. There's a lot that goes into that. And I'm not here to debate whether she should lose weight or she shouldn't. You do whatever you want to do because you're the only person that's going to feel the consequences of your body. But people make it as though being fat is the worst thing. I'm fat, and the only health problems I have are from a disease that I cannot control or not weight attributed. People be fit and addicts.
Having heart attacks,
drinking every day, taking things that you shouldn't be taking to try to reach certain, results. Have lots of unhealthy...
smoke all day, every day.
Yeah, have lots of unhealthy habits that could potentially harm themselves or others. And, the only thing you can point out is somebody's fat. That don't really sit right with me. That don't really sit right with me. And so I imagine that kudos, Lord. I imagine that Lizzo has to do a lot of mental gymnastics every single day. I mean, every single day, because every week y'all bring up her weight for one reason or another. And I mean, I think weight just makes you an easy target.
Yeah. And like you brought up like at another tweet or something, it was like Lizzo does all this moving and stuff, but still at this weight. And I was just like, why was that even needed? I guess I just be confused from the get go, and it doesn't come to mind because I've been a person that struggles a lot with
Mm-hmm.
appearance, but it just never comes to mind for me to get on anywhere and say anything about anybody's appearance.
You know, I think it's really low hanging fruit. I really do. I think people who attack other people's appearance, I mean, you're literally like what's beneath my shoe. And I just walked in dog shit. So that's what you are. Because that's their appearance. That's the way that they look. That's a lot of things in the way that you look are things you cannot help. And so I just think
Nothing about it.
And I mean, I just I don't know. I don't know. I have other things to do than to wake up every day and comment on somebody who I don't know, has more money, ain't got to go to work today, his appearance, and try to dog them out. And here I am over here crying, getting ready to go to my little 9 to 5. You know,
Yeah.
And not that money is money makes the factor, but it's just like I have other things I got to do
Mm-hmm.
that
Other things
they
are
don't
more
have to do.
important. Yeah.
So I don't know.
So, how do you love your body?
Um,
How do you love you? What Lee looks like? Good day, bad day in between. How do you practice self love, body positivity?
I think I had to fall in love with my features. Now, I think that's the part of body positivity that often gets left out. Like when we think of body positivity, we think of fat, but we don't think about features, hair, skin tone. And for me, that is something that's been brought up a lot. Having a mom that is, milky, milky skin tone up there in the Mariah Carey range, slightly different features for me. People have often compared me to that. Oh, don't you wish you was light skinned like your mama? No. Don't you wish your hair was like that? No, not really. I mean, this the skin God gave me. This the hair God gave me. But it's not that simple. You really have to fall in love with it. And I remember going natural and thinking my hair was going to look different than what it did. I don't know what I thought it was going to. I didn't know what my natural hair was going to look like. So all I could do was guess.
Give it a try.
All I could do was guess and kind of come up, when you don't have something to pull knowledge from, your mind just kind of makes up something.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, I was somewhat realistic, but I didn't know anything about my natural hair. So I remember going natural and being like, oh, okay, this ain't what I thought. And then I remember, I cut my hair really, really short, maybe an inch of hair. And then I remember people saying everything that they had to say. Then 6 months later, I had all of this hair. My hair grows very quickly. I had all of this big, poofy, fluffy, soft hair. And people being like, oh my God, your hair is so pretty. I'm like, bitch, you just told me it was ugly 6 months ago. You just had everything to say 6 months ago. And so for me, it's been me finding what I love about my features, me finding what I love about my skin tone, what I love about my face, what I love about my hair, all the things that my hair can do. I can't focus on whatever other people's hair can do and what their hair looks like and what their wash and go looks like, because that's when you start to put self-doubt. I like the way my eyes look. That's all that matters. I like the shape of my lips. It doesn't matter that they're not big. I like them. And I just you have to keep reaffirming that to yourself every single day. Like every day, I always tell people my favorite part of my day is when I take my makeup off. Like when I take my makeup off and it's just my face, because that's all I have. Those are my features. And I love on them. Are there things that I would like to change? Yeah. Maybe I have a little hyperpigmentation somewhere, but I can't do nothing about that today. So for today, I have to love the skin that I have. And I make sure to do that to myself every day. And I make sure that I nourish my skin. Like I want my skin to be soft if somebody touches it. So I make sure that I use really good lotions, and I make sure that I use sunscreen, and I make sure that I smell good. Like when I walk past you, I want to be the best smelling person that you smell today. So I make sure that I smell good. I make sure that For me, I like soft skin. I keep my skin soft. I keep myself waxed up. All of these things may not be the other person's cup of tea, but this is about me. This makes me feel good when I touch my own leg. And so that's how I love on myself. I do things for me that I love and that my body loves.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's my turn, huh? Let's see. How do I practice body positivity? So the first and foremost thing that I don't do is I don't compare.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at anyone else anymore or necessarily trying to be their body type. There's so many different body types. There's so many different ways that we carry weight. There's so many ways that genetics play into how we carry weight, where we lose weight. And now, as time has passed, I'm learning more and more people have the resources, opportunities, convenience to go and get surgery. And so what I'm seeing may not necessarily be what I'm seeing.
Right.
Or whereas I'm like, okay, well, my diet has to be a good diet. I have to eat good foods, and then that will help with weight. That may not necessarily be what the person who I'm comparing myself to is doing. They may be doing crash diet, like you mentioned before. And so reality isn't reality anymore.
No, it's not.
I no longer have to compare myself to that because that's not true. Even a little filter on there is something. It does change the way the light hits whatever part of the body and blah, 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 blah.
Sucks this up.
Yeah. And so I was just like, oh, I didn't even know they had, people were fixing those things. Or you could blur out this little spot. I was just like, I'm up here putting them out there just like they are. So I think that's the thing, is not comparing. Two is, like you said, affirming myself every day. In one way or another. Jourdan, are you happy with yourself? Yes. What are you happy with today? Oh, well, at least you're moving today. Okay, well, that's good. Your legs working. You actually took some time and did some exercise. You sweated. Your body's working the way it's supposed to. That's good. Okay. You look good today. You like your beard? Oh, okay, well, go with that. Yeah, you got full lips. How you feel about that? You like them today? Okay, that's good. Nothing else. Nobody else. Just me. Your husband like it? Okay. Be careful with that. Find balance in that, because you don't want to do things that people necessarily like, but it adds to it.
Yeah.
And so affirming myself. And then I think the third thing that I do is I honor my body. And,
Tell us more, friend. How you be honoring it?
I honor my body by treating it like a sacred temple, not to sound all weird and hippie, but when I'm putting on lotion, I am putting on like, golly, boy, all of the work you've done, how far you've come, 36 years of me life, baby, you done made it. You have been through hell and high water, made it there and back, and this body has made you get to that point. If that says nothing else, that's good enough.
That part.
And I kind of exist in that space. The special oils, the lotions. I get my feet and my nails done. Well, not my nails, because they drill it down. It just be so sensitive. But anyway, and but yeah, like in doing more things like that, wearing the clothes like that I want to wear, and pumping
that's a big one.
Yeah, pumping myself up. Like, I'm talking more and more about my recent journey on Instagram and more content and stuff like that. And I really enjoy it. It gives me a creative outlet, but more so, it's a part of honoring me. It's a part of me taking up space, whereas I didn't feel comfortable to do it now. So now I'm going to wear what I want, take pictures of it, enjoy it, have a good time, and let that be that.
I know that's right, friend.
And so, good days, bad days.
Yeah. But, and that's natural.
Yeah. But I'm working on it. But, and you bring up a good point. Like, when you put something out for the world, it's more than just your friends seeing it.
Yeah.
And so this is a new lesson for me. I've talked about it before on here. I like being behind the camera.
Yeah.
I like my role. I kind of chill in the back. I do editing and stuff. I like, to to ask the questions and have the conversation, but I don't necessarily have to be in front of the camera. But now I am.
Mm-hmm.
And so I am adjusting to what it means to kind of put yourself out there, have people like the pictures of your body where you are more toned, more so than a hella on point outfit, fashion forward, beautiful smile, face done. Like, oh, y'all like the body pictures. Y'all don't like my other pictures. Oh, okay. That kind of goes into it, and it's just kind of navigating it. So that's, I guess, my new journey with body positivity is finding the line in, okay, well, sex sells.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people, you get more likes. If you look nicer on camera, you get more likes. So if I were to put on a face today or whatever the case may be, I get more likes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not necessarily giving into that. It's saying, no, you continue to do how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Forget the likes. If they come, they come. If not, all right. You enjoyed the podcast, yeah. You wanted to meet up with Lee, yeah. Y'all had a good time after, had a good dinner, yeah. Okay, well, let that be enough.
You met the goals.
You met the goals.
Yeah.
And so that's, I guess, my new thing. But yeah, that's where I am. That's how I'm honoring me.
I knew when we started doing this that this specifically was going to be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, first off, we're, two gay people in front of a camera, and we don't hide that. So I knew that people were going to have things to say about that. I knew that people were going to have things to say about my weight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could come on here and be the most beautiful person in the world. People are still going to nitpick you.
Yeah.
Well, your finger a little short.
That's a good point. Somebody showed their toes. It was like, yeah, I'm a 10, but my toe do this. And I mean, the toe was a little.
I saw that.
Yeah. But.
And I was just like, oh, that's your feet.
Yeah. It's literally like naturally her toe.
Yeah. And so I remember thinking, like, once we started coming to the studio and, like, we're actually having video and people are right in our face, how do you feel about the negativity? And then I was just like, well, I guess I don't. Yeah. And I know that that's not that easy for everybody. And I imagine if I had 700 comments saying it, my perspective may be a little different.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, I've gotten everything I've wanted in life looking like this.
True.
I am the star of the show. Not this show, but like in the life show. I am the star of the show looking like this. I am everybody's favorite looking like this. Everybody knows Lee and has positive things to say looking like this. I pulled my wife, got engaged, and got married in a year looking like this. I mean, and people outside of here see me, full body. Mm-hmm. They can see when I'm not maybe holding my breath a little bit. When you got the little pudge in this outfit, whatever. And I'm still the star of the show.
Beautiful. And so that's why I don't know. I never look at you and be like, I know you do. We talk about it, but I never see what you see because I guess in my eyes, you're just all glitter glam. Always. Even on your day when you'd be like, friend, I barely did this. I had blooped on my lash on the way in the car and zooped in. I was like, still be like always. And I never know why people or what people see because I always see beauty. I always see glitz and glam. I always see, that's Lee. Beautiful. One of the most beautiful people I've ever met.
Aww.
Never see the negative, I guess, or what people are saying. And so it's interesting to hear you talk about, I guess, body positivity. Because I guess I just never think about it. You're perfect.
Well, thank you, friend. That's so sweet. But we walk through life seeing what we want to see. So it's like, when I walk around and I see somebody that's, plus size, whatever word you want to use, my first thought don't be that, oh, they're plus size.
Because that's just their size.
That's just their size. Girl, let me see these shoes, though. Let me see these nails, though. Okay, get into this hair, though. Mm-hmm. Like, I choose to see the beauty in people. And even if I don't see beauty in a person, I just don't have to say anything. Mm-hmm. I don't have to put out there that I don't see any worth in you or I don't think that you're worth anything. I don't have to do that because once you start doing that, that's a deficit within you.
Yeah.
That's a deficit that you're speaking to that's within you. I don't have that in me to sit around and down people all day. I have other things to do. So, people are just weird. But you can tell who ain't the star of their show.
Yeah.
I always say that. You can tell who's not, the main character in their own story.
Yeah.
Because you're too busy trying to make everybody else an antagonist. And make everybody else an enemy. When it's like, girl, live your life. Worry about you.
Okay. So, who's minding their business this week?
Look at me like...
Who's minding their business this week for
I'm going to say Cardi B.
Okay.
Because I was listening to Lotto dropped the remix for Put It On The Floor.
I seen that.
And I happened to go to it on Apple Music. And so I think I went to Cardi and it popped up there. And I realized Cardi ain't dropped no album since 2018.
With the album with Be Careful With Me and all of that. That is a long time. That's
but it don't feel like it. Because Cardi has been just doing her thing, releasing songs here and there and doing features and raising her kids and doing whatever. And I was like, you know what? I didn't even realize she hadn't released no album since 2018. It had never dawned on me because she's so present. She's always still working, doing things, fashion icon, being a mom. I presume that she's a good mom. I don't have any reason to say anything else.
Working out and talking about visceral fat.
You saw that?
I just appreciated that so much. Like, real talk. That's probably the best body positivity message that I had received in a good little minute, because she was just like, people ask me why I'm working out and stuff since I did have surgery. And she was just saying, well, working out is taking care of the visceral fat that people have. This is about health. This is not about all looks. I'm trying to live. It's just like, yes, come on, visceral fat.
Yeah. I mean, she literally just walks in her own whatever. Yes, she's had cosmetic surgeries, and I don't down that. If you want to get something done, if you want to fix your teeth, if you want to fix this, you want to do that, do whatever you want to do. All I ask is that you be informed and you be safe in your practices and whatever else is going to be after that. But she's very open. Sis will come on the screen with no makeup, hair wild, in a heartbeat, And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate the good and the bad that she allows to be seen, because a lot of people only try to give you the good, and that's also okay. If I'm only going to show you what's going good, I don't have to show you anything else. But, she's just very down to earth, very real. And so, like I said yesterday, I was like, oh, she ain't released no album since 2018, and sis be relevant. That's what, 5 years?
Yeah. Ripped out the plastic bag and all, which I don't understand. The plastic bag, I'm pretty
Rip
sure.
me out the plastic. You know how stuff be in plastic, friend?
Yeah.
When it's new?
Uh-huh.
When it's brand new? So rip me out the plastic and back and brand new.
Oh. Okay.
Is it clicking?
It is.
Okay. Look like, is it clicking free?
Because, the bag barely came off of Cardi's head. And I was just like, maybe something was wrong with the bag, but it was a black bag, which made me think of liquor. And I was just like, okay, is it like a bottle? And, okay, it's fine. We'll keep going.
Okay, free. But yeah, she just, to me, like, I just love me some Cardi. But when I was listening to her on the song, I really was like, dang, she really ain't dropped no album. Sis has been relevant. She's juggling mommyhood and career, marriage, and people can say whatever they want to say about those things on how well she's doing, whatever. But she's here today, so she's doing some sort of good. So that was my person. Because I forgot you was going to ask me that.
I figured so. My person is Blue Ivy.
Oh, yeah, because this girl was moving.
Yeah, she was moving. And, I just want to lift that up. It takes courage.
It
takes bravery to get up on a huge stage and do something that your mom has done for decades. And the comparison that people are naturally doing, and the comments about, is it enough or not enough, or how you hit this, and I was just like, I can't believe we're really picking this part. This is like a teenager, maybe not even a teenager,
maybe not even that. Yeah.
But I just wanted to lift that up because when you see people out there doing their thing, when you see people out there minding their business and striving for what is healthy for them,
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be the most humane thing to allow that.
Mm-hmm.
Allow them to exist in that space, allow them to take up that moment, allow them to have pride in that without the criticism, without the judgment, because there's a lot of people that just didn't even make it that far. There's a lot of people that didn't stand up.
Mm-hmm.
And when, you learn, and we decide where power exists. And so we do have the choice to say, I'm not giving this individual my power, and it doesn't matter what they say. But starting out, we're listening to societal norms. We're getting an idea of what society thinks beautiful is and isn't, how you're supposed to dance and what's appropriate, what's not, and so on and so forth. If we as people understood the power that we have in uplifting people, just imagine how far we would go. Imagine how many presidents, Obamas and Michelle Obamas and Beyonce's and uh, Deepak Chopra's and Oprah's that we would have if everybody had somebody in their corner saying, baby, you know what? You did the damn thing. You'll do blah, 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 blah moving forward. Keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm lifting you up, Blue.
Yeah, I saw that, and I thought that was so sweet. First off, baby, Beyonce, everybody go work in this house. We all gonna have something that we do.
Get your checks.
Okay. And I imagine that took a lot for Beyonce too, because you're putting your most precious thing out for the world to. They've been saying stuff about Blue since she came out the womb, so there's that. So I'm imagining that at some point Beyonce's had time to kind of adjust, but still, that's your baby.
And a bigger stage.
And a bigger stage and a new thing for people to critique. And so I imagine that for her, like, that was a big thing as well. Like, putting my baby out there and giving y'all, I almost said a word we can't be saying out here, but giving y'all something else to say.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought she was beautiful. I thought she did well. I saw the negative comments. I even saw them on my timeline. I'm like, girl, you go out there and do it. That be my thing. You go do it. Nobody asked you to. Nobody asked you to come be on stage.
It took a little moment for that to hit me, but when it did, I was just like, true. Nobody gave you the opportunity.
Nobody even gave you the opportunity and probably never will. So, like, let's make that make sense right there. So I was just like, I hope that if that's something that she likes, that she continues to foster that, and that she had fun.
Yeah.
It looked like she had fun to me.
Yeah,
she hit that little arm up. I thought it was cute.
Okay. So last final word. What do you have to say to the people who was like, I need to be summertime ready. We out here. It's hot.
I am summertime ready. I was summertime ready in the winter.
Because my body sweats in the summer, which automatically cools me down. That is literally how it works.
Yeah.
We all have the physical readiness and ability.
To go outside.
To go outside.
I got my sunscreen.
Sunscreen.
Like, I mean, I've been waiting for summer. I literally just picked up my Fashion Nova order from my brother's house.
Okay.
And baby, we talking about titties out, back out, booty popping. And I was like, yeah. Because I like all the skin out I can have. You either like it or you don't. But I do know when I be out in these streets, people like to be by me.
Do.
So, I'm ready. I wish I would spend my days worried about with somebody I don't know telling me I can't go outside in the summertime. Baby, if you don't go to hell, find you someone to play with. If you got a body, that's your summer body. Boom.
Boom. Cool. I say exactly the same thing, and I say you are worthy, special, kind, beautiful, smart, all of those things. You don't have to give in to what other people say.
You just be so poised, friend.
Do I?
You do. I tell Joy that all the time. I be like, when Jordan be talking, he be so poised and his words be, just so elegant. And then it be me, fuck that.
And then they don't be listening to none of the words. in the comments still. So
You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. Good point. I got it. It clicked. All right, y'all. Well, we love y'all.
Remember to love your body this week because nobody's going to do it for you.
No comparing. Affirm yourself. Give your body some space and time. Love it. It's got you thus far.
And if you want to change it, that's fine. But make sure you're changing it because that's what you want. Not because somebody else told you that it needs to. Be healthy. Be informed.
And you can find us at Mind Your Business, the podcast 1.
Mind Your Business podcast.
Oh, man.
1. The number 1 at gmail.com. I'm going to check it this week.
And we be on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. Yeah.
Facebook. Oh, you probably said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's a lot of places to find us.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
All right.
Bye.